All right, what's up? What's up? Okay, finishing the week here, finishing the day, first week of August. Finishing a nice base hit, $136 in the green. I didn't trade that much. I didn't trade that much volume. Still kind of stayed size down. I traded KZIA pre-market. That was the best one I was able to dial in on real quick. And I'll even show you the recording of the exact trade that made me that 136. And yeah, I traded a lot after the market opened. However, nothing really sticked and never really sized up into anything. Kind of just stayed where I was at 136. And yeah, I mean, it's good that I was able to get dialed in on KZIA. The spreads were a little tighter, it was a little bit more liquid. And I was definitely able to manage my risk a little bit more. So that's why I was willing to go in with a little bit, kind of press it a little bit harder. And as you can see in the video, you'll see that I was in over $1,000 position size. Sorry, over 1,000 shares in a position size, but it would be about what's it, $3,500 position size, $3,200 position size. So decently big. Probably as big as I was trading last month, which is good. I'm not shying down too much in my share size. It's just I'm waiting for the market to give me something that I can work with, because I'm really struggling to adapt to that market this week. And to really thrive this week, you had to be able to adapt quick, because nobody was really expecting this type of market this week. And it completely threw me for a loop. Obviously, on Monday, I did not perform. I was break even. I was green, red, green, red, green, red. Tuesday, I was just deep in the red, $750 in red, and I was deeper than that, and I made some back. But biggest loss that I've ever had, and it really shocked me for sure. It just took that one trade that got away from me. I couldn't manage my risk. It just was falling so fast. And then, immediately I jumped to another stock that's looking to make a move, and I get in a little bit prematurely, too big a size. And even though it was only like a 6-cent loss on that stock, it was such a big size that it equated to $515. And so between those two losses, I was down $800. And yeah, that happened in like a blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye, I lost that much money, and it completely shocked me because I never had that type of loss before. But now 3 days have passed. I've gotten some green days under my belt. I know that I have a winning strategy. I'm able now to kind of see that experience on Tuesday as something that really could help me moving forward into that process of sizing up, because now I have gotten that exposure. My mindset has completely shifted to like seeing that experience as something that's helping me, and that's really how you need to be looking at any sort of setback in trading. That was a huge setback. I felt like a huge setback on Tuesday, financially, mentally, more, or like it was very demoralizing. So it was a really big setback for me in the moment. But now looking at it, I can kind of see the light now. I can see the light, and I can see that it's helping me gain exposure to trading that level of size. And trading that level of size, you have to put a little bit more risk than what you were used to get that bigger reward. A monetary risk. And I have to be able to weather that loss, emotionally grapple with that loss, because that's going to be a normal thing. $750 red in the day, that's going to be a normal thing when I'm trading 10K share size or 15K share size. And that's the goal. My goal is to get to those normal, regular 1K days, and that's like what exactly I'm working towards. And to be able to weather a $750 loss, I need to be able to do that, because I can't. There's no way you can make $1,000 a day trading if you can't take a $750 loss every now and then. And it sucks that the first time that I sized up, I took that loss. But it definitely was a kick in the nuts for sure. But it definitely provided a lot of good experience. It provided a lot of exposure, emotionally. Now I know that I can handle it. I've gone through it. It kind of sucks for a couple hours, maybe for the rest of the day, but the next day you're back at it. You're in the seat. You may be sized down a little bit, but you're ready to push it again. I'm ready to push that that envelope again. I'm ready to walk over that edge another time. I'm ready. And now it's just about waiting for that proper moment for me to strike. Right now, today was not the moment for me to strike. KZIA gave a little bit of move, and I was able to make 130 bucks. Maybe I could have made more if I sized up, but the market didn't really feel like I was dialed in, or it was something that I could really manage my risk well in. It was still the same market that it was all week. So I gotta wait for the market to shift again, because right now I can't adapt. I'm struggling to adapt. So that's why I'm kind of laying off the share size. My accuracy has suffered a lot, down to 50%, 55%. Today it kind of recovered a little bit. My accuracy got back to 64%, and my risk reward was about 1-to-1. So I was able to walk away with some profits, but I didn't trade that much today. So it was in a small pool of trades. And if I was trading all day, a lot of these moves are literally the same thing as the rest of the week, and it was very, very, very hard to manage your risk. Lots of downside risk, and all these stocks were popping from HKD going like 1,000%, AMTD, and then all the stocks just started popping up like fireworks. So no news, no catalyst, just sheer volume and volatility, sympathy, and very hard to trust. Very, very hard to trust. So waiting for the market to kind of give me something different, throw me a different pitch. And then when I know that I can when I hit one or two, like nice triples, nice home runs, it doesn't even have to be a home run. If I can hit a nice double, if I can hit like $150, $200 winner, $250 winner, and then, I'm ready to punch it again. I'm ready to punch in that 6K, 7K, 10K share size, and I'm ready to push the envelope. So that's kind of my mindset right now. But so far this week, it's about staying disciplined, managing my risk, just trying to get green, because right now, I can feel it. It's not my type of market. It's not really giving me the stuff that I do really well on. Here and there, I might have some green trades, but overall, it's very, very wishy-washy on my metrics. So still, red week. Here we'll look at the redness of my week. Wasn't too bad. I know I'll be able to recover. But yeah, in the moment, it just felt like a huge kick to the nuts. But yeah, still down 452. I'd made 452, and I'd made more than $452 in a day. So, I'm not too worried about making that back. I'm not sure what's going to happen by the end of the month. I'm not really thinking about that. I'm just like kind of looking from day to day, just showing up and doing my best, like doing like what I have, seeing what the market gives me and trying to do the best with that. If that means that I don't have a really good month this month, and that's okay. Or if the month starts giving me stuff that's really good, and I'm able to get dialed in on a couple of stocks and really push my share size, then it could be another really, really good month. So I'm not really too worried, because it is the beginning of the month. There's still a lot more trading days left in the month, and I know we'll be able to switch this back on the month to green. I am red on the month, so we'll see moving forward. But yeah, this week is my biggest red week, so we'll see what's going on moving forward. But yeah, let's be done with that, and we can go into reviewing the trades. I'm not trying to make this too long, but yeah. So KZIA, let's actually pull it up on the video. Here I have it right here, KZIA. So I did a nice breakout trade. Here I'll go over that breakout trade before I do the dip buy. But the breakout trade I was able to make like 50 bucks on. No, that's not it. That's it. Okay. So the breakout trade, here I got in at 62, but I thought it was sort of extended, so I wanted to get a better entry. So I wanted to wait for a dip, so I kind of took it off kind of early. But we never got the dip, and so now it's getting closer to the high of day. So now I'm thinking it might just rip to the high of day. So I'd taken my starter 69, adding through the high, taking it off. Then I got back in for the break of 3. and sold some at 305 and 3. Then this is where I go in for the dip. So at this point it's up like $50, and then on the dip here, this is where I made the rest. I can show you here. So here I am gonna put in my starter here at 90. Looks like I'm gonna get 94 maybe. I'm on the bid. So you can see how the spread's a lot tighter. It's a lot easier to manage your risk. This is one of the stocks that I will really do well in. Over $2, under $10, tighter spread, with lots of volume. And so here I'm in at 93, and I'm looking for a nice pop. And I'm looking to add in for the first 1 minute candle, make a new high. So maybe around like 305, 306, maybe up towards 310. That's where I'm looking to exit. And so I kind of start getting in right under 3 for that pop, that first pullback pop after a fresh breakout in high volume. And so now I'm like, all right, so it's hanging around this low a little bit too long. So I think it's going to come back down to at least, maybe the pre-market high or the 90 EMA. So we got two levels of support that traders are looking at, the 90 EMA support, or, if they're not looking at the 90 EMA, they're definitely looking at the pre-market high as support. So you have, a big group of traders looking at this for support. And so that's where, I start selling my position to kind of manage my risk. I'll get in at a lower price. But I want to see if there's buyers in here. But right now, there's lots of selling, so take some off. But I'm still holding a starter position, very, very small size starter. I'm going to hold that. And it comes down into the support level, and see all that green on the tape. Now I'm adding in with the green there as it's reclaiming that level that I initially sold at. Now I'm looking for that pop back over 3. Now here I am, 1,120 shares at 297. So 297 times 1120. I got a partial fill on one of those entries. $3,326 position size. So that's pretty decent for me. So now I'm looking for this candle will flip green and break $3. So this is like one of my best trade setups. That first 1 minute pullback after a fresh breakout, preferably off the 9 EMA, is a really good setup. And here I am, start selling 305, 310, selling it, and then sell the rest at 303, and that's where I was up 136. So pretty good trade, probably my best trade this today, and then after that, nothing really much. Peggy was okay going up, but man, this thing dumped. So I got in here, kind of 125 share, very small size, for a nice 7 cents. Here, first 1 minute dip, 2 cents there. Really should have held that a little bit longer. And even if it did come down a little bit lower, it's still, I could still add off the support of the 90 EMA since I was only in 100 shares. It was only in my starter size, so I could still afford to add lower as long as it's over that support level that I'm looking to find a bounce from. So, I'm okay averaging down as long as it's still hovering, around above that support level that I'm looking for buyers to come in. But it never came down there, but I should have held this a little bit longer because I could have rode that up to the pre-market high, which is what I should have been playing for, which was for holding for at least 468. And then I did start getting in 461. This is all small share size, 461 to 466. Quick dip here, 462, looking for that continuation, taking it off, and it never holds up, and it just dumps. This thing is a terrible pullback, 10% pullback in 2 minutes. And that was that. We had AHPI, which is my biggest loss on the day. We can go over that quick. This here, wow, down 15 cents. 15 cents. I was looking for a break over $3 and a run back to 330. This is that 1 minute pullback after like a fresh run, but the volume was still kind of light. That's a sign that it probably wouldn't have held up, and still whoops, and still off of a little bit off the 9 EMA. So, you could have gotten support off the VWAP, but in this case it didn't. And I cut it a little bit too late. This is another one of those examples. If I'm going to play off the VWAP, play off the VWAP. And if it breaks below VWAP and holds down there, then you got to get out at 292, not at 284. But it's because I changed my thesis. I changed my thesis to now finding support on the 9 EMA. Came down to the 9 EMA, I added at 290 as I thought I was going to bounce back up. And it rejected the VWAP again, and I got out at 84. So, it could have been two separate trades. It really could have been this trade at 299, cut at 294, 293, or whatever, and then get back in at 282 for anticipating that pop. I could have even gotten a chance to get out all the way up here at 296 for a profit. Yeah, that could have been a separate trade, but it didn't end up holding up at all. It's still probably could have been, two small trades, but this is just fundamentally, this is bad. I don't want to be changing my thesis and then looking to average down. So this is sort of like something that's not really serving me, and that's how I get my biggest losses, is when I change my thesis, when it's not working out, and I average down, and I'm looking for the next pop, but I'm so down far off of my initial entry that now I have to wait for like another 20 cent pop before I can even get in the green. And then that just makes me hold a little bit longer. And then if it doesn't ever get to that level and then it drops down lower, then I'm down like 70 cents. It just gets into the loss just gets too out of control. It gets a little bit away from me. So that was it. There was a bunch of other trades, but nothing really significant to kind of look at. MOBQ, I really thought this would break out. I really did. I thought this would break out. I thought there was room on the daily to, up here, 270 up to $3. Breaking 270 and then up to $3, but never really pulled off. So I tried. Here I went for that breakout, and then it closed. This candle closed back over, so I thought this candle would be the rip. Bought at 260, 50 shares, but yeah, bought at 260, and then I sold all the way down here at 239, and it break down below VWAP. I guess the proper way to cut that was down here at 245. So just got to keep that in mind. And here again, I got faked out again. Here at 259. I thought this was like a little shakeout, trapping the shorts, and then I thought I'd just rip. But nope. Then here again, I'm still looking for that candle to squeeze out those shorts over 262. I thought it was convincing, but I was in such small size here. Even here though, this is a 4-cent winner on 325 shares. Not too bad. 35. I was looking for that pop, and we did get that pop, but I did sell. I didn't want to take any chances until I saw it prove itself. I needed to see that big, strong green candle, with huge volume up towards 262. Huge volume and lots of bidders for me to get in really aggressive, because they're so choppy here. I could have really got chopped up really good there, but all in all, only down $3, thank God. And then we had Staff. Staff was one that kind of ripped up. I sold this thing on halt. This would have been a really good entry on the unhalt. Could have been 10% win. And then I went in for the quick dip, first 1 minute dip, and got a nice 6 cents there, 2 cents here. Kind of just looking for scalps at this point because it was so extended. And then it didn't really hold up and give any more. It's just just a volatility, just a volume spike out of nowhere. No really catalyst. And that's just been the theme this week after HKD and AMTD. But hopefully hopefully we get different action next week. I kind of like when we only get 1 or 2, maybe 3 stocks with a news catalyst, a nice headline news catalyst, a float under 10 million, and high relative volume. and a stock price between $2 and $10. That's like my picture perfect. But most of these we weren't really getting that. Most of it is just, it might be in the price range. It may have high relative volume, but the spreads were really big, and there's no news catalyst, and it's just kind of just popping and dropping. So not really my type of action. Maybe if I saw this long enough, maybe if this continues for the next month, I'll be able to adapt to it and maybe start to have bigger green days. But you know, as far I just don't really feel like just getting stuck into any of these flushes because there's just been happening left and right. So that's gonna be it with me, and I'll see you guys next week for the next trading week. So nice base hit, crawling my way out of my drawdown, and yeah, I'm not really too worried. Give me a couple more days. I'm sure I'll be right back towards the highs. Here you can see my drawdown. Still, still 465 down. I've had a drawdown 532, so I'm not really too far off of where I've been before, and I know I can get back relatively quickly. But just a quick dip in my P&L before another rip back up the front side. So see you guys next week. All right. If you guys are still watching, please hit the thumbs up button. Also consider subscribing if you're new, and then also comment down below how you did this week. I know it was a crazy week, so I'd love to hear how you guys traded. All right. See you guys later. Peace.